Roy, I have a hell of a time getting up in the morning sometimes, but most of the time. Um, Whether or not I have to go to work or if I don't have to go to work, it's just a slow, arduous process becoming conscious. And,
Slow, arduous is very descriptive.
Unfortunately,
I can see.
Unfortunately, this problem also seems to manifest in my meditation. And often I will meditate and will become centered only to start to fall asleep. And sometimes completely and just...
Well, it sounds like you're escaping into your sleep. That you're using sleep as a refuge, escape from guilt. Like alcohol as a refuge and escape. You know, there's something about a bed which is has a lot of conditioning attached to it. You know, you have sex in bed. At least some people do. You're conceived in bed. You're born in bed. You get, you sleep in bed. You get sick in bed. You die in bed. Bed has some. Bed has a conditioning to it.
Should I get rid of my bed?
Yeah, if it's a big problem. It's
a big bed.
No, see, some people have a problem with sex, and some people castrate themselves. I mean, taking it as far as you took it, they have such a problem, they think that's sex is the problem. So, castration, that people that do that to themselves is quite common. Anybody here has done that? No. But the point is, you see how far the human mind will go to identify the thing itself, which it's perfectly natural to lie down and sleep in bed, and it's perfectly natural to have children, but if that is abused, it becomes an addiction and then a source of guilt. Because everything that is used as a refuge is everything that is abused, every natural thing that is abused and used to escape into, to support ego, see, to deny truth. Food is natural, but if you use truth to escape, to run away from reality, to give you a dreamy feeling that everything's all right when it isn't, then you are now abusing food. Now you have a problem with food. It's not the food. There's nothing wrong with the food, and there's nothing wrong with the bed. The trouble is, let's say you have an eating problem, right? Let's say you have an eating problem, so you smoke to conquer the eating problem. So you don't eat so much, but you smoke too much. The answer, the solution, becomes the next problem. See? Every solution to a problem becomes the next problem to you. So now, if you use bed as the answer to the problem, which you may be doing, then getting out of bed may become the problem. And then you may have a problem with your bed, you may resent your bed, you may have all kinds of problems when it's really you. And the way you use your relationship to it. I wonder if you see the point that I'm making. Does it trigger anything?
Yeah, the thing is, it's so difficult to be conscious of when you're literally unconscious. I mean, since I've been meditating, I've noticed definite improvements in so many aspects of my daily living, in my eating habits, in my patience, but that's the one thing. And
how do you deal with the problem of bed, right? Is that what you're saying? How do you get up in the morning? Well, it could be that you're not facing stress properly. You're not facing the day right. You're dealing with life angrily, resentfully, and you get beaten back, and you feel debilitated, exhausted, drained, and you find escape into a dream state, sleep. You find a way. Your mind works. Some people, when they get very, very upset, little children, when they've experienced a trauma, they want to go to sleep. Because somehow that kicks in, that subconscious, no one has to teach them that. There is a disease. What's that disease where people fall down and? No, not epilepsy. It's when you fall. Narcolepsy. Yeah, narcolepsy. My memory isn't that great when it comes to these medical terms, but excuse me. I have an educated guess that one of the reasons why they have this problem is because they don't know how to deal with stress correctly. And the moment they deal with stress incorrectly, they've become so adept in falling into a sleep. I drive along the freeway at night, and I can drive, and I start to get sleepy. So what I do is I pull over the side of the road, and for 5 minutes I go, you know, and then I think I'm still driving, and then I wake up with a shock, you know, and I'm not driving. Anyway, that's it. Now I can go for another 300 or 400 miles. So I say that narcolepsy is dealing with stress incorrectly and then suddenly falling into a sleep to recover the strength that's lost. Because when you don't deal with stress correctly, when you fail to deal with stress correctly, you fall asleep. The tendency is to get drained. And for some people at least, the habit subconsciously clicks in to fall asleep to grab a few minutes rest, and then they are all right again, see? It's stress, and it's just amazing how little things can stress you, how less and less affects you more and more as you go through life, until you can hardly take anything. You see? Some people's way of dealing with stress is to go fall asleep or to lose themselves in sleep. Some people sleep all the time because they don't know how else to deal with it, see?